Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson off by giving all the honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Hey, this is from an article on Natural News. Okay. Controversial. Real ID will be mandatory for domestic air travel by May 2025. Now, this here is projected to be just a year from now. Okay. So in just a year, they will have had tried to implement a system to pretty much get everybody to be genetically modified. All right, that's another term for being C-hipped. All right, okay, because that is the next form of not only the currency, but that's going to also be the next form of your driver's license. All right, your state ID. Okay, your health records, so on and so forth. Okay, now Salakia. Getting kind of distracted. There's something in my car while I'm driving. All right, we good. Salakia for that. So yeah, man. Let's just go. This is leading up to the you know what, man. Let me just keep it blunt, keep it honest, keep it simple. Okay, this is going to be the because of the whole 9/11 situation. Okay, they're going to use that as a way to that's what they're using to strategize, man. Okay, to avoid any form of plan of attack. Okay, this is what they're going to try to do. Now, what other reason would they try to enforce a digital ID, okay, for the sake of just traveling? Okay, because they may anticipate some kind of event, all right, that's going to take place. Now, whether or not whether it's going to be, in an airport or what, we don't know. But why else would they do this? It makes you put things into question. All right. So it says the heavily criticized Real ID, a government issued identification that meets federal security standards, has been announced to be mandatory for domestic air travel in the United States starting May 7, 2025. Okay. So at one point, remember with the whole the QR code, and you remember back when the whole C-19 thing happened, you had to go to a restaurant. They had you, at least here in California, they had you write down your phone number. People was writing false phone numbers on. I know I wasn't putting my actual phone number on there, giving them fake names. You know what I'm saying? But they were trying to figure out a system to try to start tracking people down. Okay. Now, this is going to be, and not only that, but it wasn't enforced. It wasn't mandatory, right? But now they're about to start making this thing mandatory, and they're going to slowly start implementing this system. Okay. This, fourth industrial revolutionary system upon, the world. Okay. Not just in Babylon, but across the world. Right. It says, as recommended by 9/11 Commission, Congress passed the Real ID Act back in 2005. The Department of Homeland Security explained the act will be the standardization of the issuance of IDs, ID cards, driver's license, and similar forms of identification. The act untimely requires anyone assessing certain federal facilities, boarding commercial aircraft, or entering nuclear power plants to use the ID, replacing the traditional state-issued identification card. Now, I want you to think about this and ask yourself, what does a real ID, okay? What does this ID look like? Okay? Controversial real ID. Maybe it's something that's in real time, okay, that's constantly being updated. But what could that possibly be, man? All right? None other than what we know it to be as you know, the micro CHIP. Okay? It says here, the deadlines have been pushed out several times with the current date of May 7th. It says a professor of computer science at University of Illinois with a research background in aviation security said the planned implementation date was originally announced for 2008, but it was delayed several times, most recently by the pandemic and the backlogs at the Department of Motor DMV offices. It says in the spring of next year, travelers 18 years older would no longer be able to use the old licenses. However, passports are an option. You can use a passport or other forms of ID that have higher level of validation. The global entry card will also work, said Jacobson. The DHS trusted traveler's card, such as Global Entry, Nexus Century, Fast Permanent Resident Card, and acceptable photo ID issued by a federally recognized tribal. Man, you get the point, man. All right, you get the idea. It says but the feds are making people believe that getting the real ID or enhanced ID will be the only two options. The latter will still not be accepted for domestic air travel, but only for crossing the sea or land border with Mexico and Canada. Okay, now obviously, who does that target? That targets, these Babylonians, man. Okay, America's going to be probably one of the first to make such a requirement, okay, be in full effect. Okay, you got these immigrants, all right, making their ways across the border. Okay, so they're trying to figure out a new way to track people, all right, and to figure out everyone's whereabouts. It says, as for the rights group economic freedom fighters, the U.S. government forcing states to turn your driver's license into a national ID will result in dire consequences for privacy. On top of monetary costs, the declarative goal, which is improving national security, will not be achieved at all. It says, remember, the social security number started innocuously enough, but it has become a prerequisite for a host of government services and been co-opted by private companies to create massive databases and personal information. Okay, so they just letting us know, man. They're just letting us know. Okay, and we're just sounding the alarm. Okay, but expect the slowly bringing out these chips. Okay, people is about to start getting them for the sake of convenience. Okay, they're gonna start making it difficult for you to go about your day-to-day lives unless you have this thing in your hand or in your head. Okay, so I want to get Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6, and it reads, you know what? Before I get that, I want to get Isaiah, Ecclesiasticus. Man, come on, what's wrong with my phone? Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 1. I bring this out quite often, but it says, many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. All right. Now, people who are chasing after a dream of, chasing after traveling and, these business trips and so on and so forth, they're going to be willingly accepting of getting this real ID. Okay. You're going to have more people that are going to comply with these new mandates. Okay. And these these laws, these unrighteous decrees, than it's going to be more people than not. Okay. It says, but he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. Meaning, hey, they know by getting this thing, something in their spirit is going to tell them that this doesn't feel right. But yet, because they want to be still a part of this world and don't want to depart from it, they're going to go ahead and do it. And that goes for certain family members as well. Okay. It says, as a nail sticketh fast between the joining of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling. Okay, it says, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall be soon overthrown. Right? You got to hold yourself diligently to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And not be so quick to fold. All right? And just because you want to go and travel with family, or you want to travel with your girl, okay, you don't want to compromise your salvation just to appease the flesh, for the moment, temporarily. Okay, you will greatly regret it. Okay, now we can go back to that Isaiah chapter 36, and I'll start at verse 5, and it reads, I sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust, that thou rebellest against me? Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed. Okay, and when you go into that word staff, okay, let's I just want to look it up. Okay, I want to look up the let's see, because it's also it's symbolic as well. Let's see. But in other words, to put it plainly, let's just read the verb. All right. It says to provide with a body of assistance. Okay. A body of assistance, Egypt, giving assistance, so-called. All right. That's why it says in the scriptures, as a part of the curses, we're going to go, to our enemies for the want of all things. Right. But it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. This is a broken system. Okay. A broken system that doesn't offer real assistance, really. It comes down to, them, their folly that they push onto the people. All right. Their wickedness, talks about. Let me get the scripture where it says, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 16. An enemy, I'll just read it from 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Right? That broken, that staff of the broken reed. Okay. It says, if adversity come upon thee, the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, the time of famine, it says, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So you really can't trust these devils no matter which way you look at it, man. It's just simple. Okay. It's like almost you put in the question, like, what's going on with our people, man? Still to this day, right? They trust on Egypt. It says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand. There's no stability. Okay. It's a broken reed, so it's sharp and it's gonna penetrate you, man. It's gonna harm you if you trust in this system. Wherein if a man lean on it, lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Okay. Now, who's our modern day Pharaoh? All right. And it can be, you can associate it to one person, but essentially it's a system as a whole, man. Okay. Pharaoh was the king of Egypt. Okay. Well, who's the king of Babylon? Esau. All right. And then let's go ahead and end it with because we have to bring it out because it's a major prophecy. All right. And this is that article is going to be a catalyst to this. All right. Where they're going to slowly start to implement different ways and methods of digital identification upon the people, that when it comes down to needing it in order to make purchases or sell or bargain or whatever, then they're going to drop this on people, man. Okay. So it says Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Is that not what this sounds like? Why else would they title it controversial? Okay. It's controversial because it compromises our privacy. Okay. Everything. It says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay. Which is the charagma. All right. The MOT to the mother B. Okay. And it's coming, man. They're even giving us a date. Right? They even gave us a date. Now the Lord can definitely speed this up. All right. Don't put it past him. Don't doubt the Lord. Don't try to put him in a box as if, we have to wait until May 7th, 2025, because, hey, man, no man knoweth the day nor the hour. So the Lord can really, speed this thing up, like the domino effect. The first few dominoes that fall over, they go real slow. And then next thing you know, that shit that speeds up. Okay. But, that was pretty much it for this lesson. Okay. Lord willing, it was an edifying one. And with that, I want to give honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, Shalom.